Welcome back to Sam and Ham.
This is Sam.
And this is Ham.
And what are we doing today?
Today, we are going to be designing a settlement the way Wizards of the Coast intended.
A settlement.
Yes.
So, settlement is not the stuff at the bottom of the lake, right?
No, this is going to be a city or village.
At the bottom of the lake.
Well, it might be, depending on how we roll.
Okay.
So this is in the DMG, starts on page 112. There's a bunch of tables set up so that you can randomly generate a bunch of cities quickly with rolling dice. Of course, there are random generators out there where you could do this all with one click, but
we like rolling dice here.
We like rolling dice, and let's see, maybe this one comes out better than what those generators online do.
Right. We did try one of these before, and the generator was for a dungeon, and it was whack.
I'd give you our opinion here, but you should go watch that video.
Link in the description below. So tell me more about this rolling generator thing found in the DMG.
There's a lot of tables, and we're going to go through them one at a time.
Okay.
We're going to start from the beginning and move onward. So the first table that it gives us are race relations. So we're starting off on a strong foot.
Oh yes, definitely.
So we're going to roll a d20 and see how everybody gets along.
15.
The racial majority are conquerors.
Ah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I wonder if this is going to tell us who that racial majority is, or if we just got to come up with that.
I don't know. Do we need to write this down?
We do. Okay. So the next thing we're rolling for is the ruler's status.
Okay.
This is also a d20.
Roll it. Roll. Nope.
Ah!
A 4.
He is respected, fair, and just.
Interesting. I wonder if that's fair and just to the racial majority or to everybody.
One would assume everybody, but we'll see.
Okay.
Next thing we gotta roll for is notable traits.
Also a d20. 17.
A sinister reputation.
So, this fair and just leader has a sinister reputation? Must be for the racial majority.
Well, so the racial majority are conquerors, so they've come in, taken over this town, and so people are scared of them. Like, they got a sinister reputation of their conquerors. But, on the other hand, they are okay, yeah, it doesn't really work.
Pretty sure this guy kicks puppies. He kicks puppies. No one likes him. He's coming in and he's like, everybody gets, equal pay. We're gonna raise minimum wages. We're gonna build some bridges and stuff. But everyone knows he kicks puppies. All right, what else do we know about this guy?
Okay, well, we're about to find out what the town is known for.
What? Okay.
Piety. Just give me... The quality of being religious or reverent.
So this is a religious town.
A religious town. Okay.
So now I'm thinking the Fire Nation just like moved into the Earthbender or Airbender temple and
So it's religious conquering. Okay.
Yes, it's religious conquering.
Okay, now we have to know what the current calamity is that is befalling this settlement.
God is dead.
6. A plague or famine sparks riots.
God is dead.
A
plague or famine, so you gotta flavor that, but I'm totally for the locusts. That's also a spell, like a 9th level spell, so you could spin that. This guy came in, conquered this town, just casting rain locusts.
I don't even know, man. We're already struggling here, but so that is our settlement. But we should probably add some buildings.
Okay. So the table here is supposed to help you come up with a building quickly.
Yeah, so it's supposed to just be if the players basically say, we go into this random building.
Okay, so then you could quickly decide a building type.
Yeah, so we're not going to do every building in this town because that would be quite silly.
I run into the first building that I see upon entering this town.
So let's just name a couple.
Okay.
It's a warehouse.
A warehouse. Ooh, big spooky building on the outskirts of town.
And then there's a warehouse table that says it is a bulk goods warehouse. Wow, that is incredibly boring, isn't it?
That is very boring. No puppies involved. No locusts. I'm guessing though, since there's a famine or something, it's probably empty.
No, there's an option for empty. This one is the only place that has things. So maybe this one is like the king's warehouse.
How do we know he's a king? Did it say he was a king?
It does not. It just says he is a leader.
The leader is sinister.
Yes. So they don't give you a ton to like fill out your place. Let's try a few more buildings, see what we come up with.
Okay.
It gets us a residence.
A residence. So somebody's house. What's in the resident's house?
An orphanage.
An orphanage.
That's pretty funny. I like that.
So there's a warehouse. And right next to that warehouse is an orphanage.
Okay, okay.
There's no food in that orphanage, but there's all this king's food in the warehouse. This guy is a dick.
Let's go 5 buildings just to see what we think of these people.
Okay.
We get another residence.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a crowded tenement.
So an orphanage and basically a shelter.
A crowded one at that, too.
A crowded shelter.
Boop. A tavern. Okay, we finally have a tavern.
Which is weird because it's religious.
The tavern style is a members-only club. And it is called, because it has a name generator too, which I think is cool. The Howling? The
Eagle?
Howling Eagle!
The Howling Eagle! Oh man.
So I'm thinking like a members-only like Hunter's Lodge, where the nobility hang out.
Potentially, but this is a pious town, like...
Oh, that's true, that's
very
true.
religious, so I feel like this is for like the preacher and his followers to take sacrament. And possibility of sacrifices.
What kind of taverns are you hanging out in?
Good ones.
Good ones. All right. One last building. We get a shop.
Okay.
It's a smithy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, not bad.
Okay. See, then you get a smithy.
That's just pretty normal. That's not bad. That's not bad.
That is not bad. There's no name generator for the smithies, though.
No. And then it does give us some options for a random urban encounter.
Okay.
So let's get a single one of those. For that, you just need a D8 and a D12.
Okay.
Bop, boop. 17. A runaway cart.
So as you're walking into this town, a cart comes smashing into you.
Well, yeah, it says a team of horses pulling a wagon races through the city streets. The adventurers must avoid the horses. If they stop the wagon, the owner, who is running behind the cart, is grateful.
That's it. Just grateful.
That's, yeah.
Just grateful. Interesting.
Okay, so.
That's not a lot to go on.
Yeah, I think this is more for, like, you stop at a small village on the way through.
Gotcha. So these aren't exactly one of your plotted towns. It's more like the players rolled bad and they almost killed themselves in the woods. So they kind of need to find a settlement to run into real quick.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Okay.
So we've got the racial majority are conquerors. Who the leader is respected, fair, and just.
But he's sinister.
But he's also got a sinister reputation. He's religious, and there's currently a plague or famine inciting riots.
Locusts.
So do you think it is the cause, like the king is the cause, or like maybe the people think the king is the cause?
He showed up and then all these bugs showed up.
They're being punished by God?
They're being punished by God for having this guy here.
That's why he's got a sinister reputation. People think he's the one doing it, but in actuality, he's respected, fair, and just.
Potentially.
I don't know, I feel like we could be here for quite some time arguing this out. There's a bulk goods warehouse, there's an orphanage, a crowded tenement.
Unfortunately, these guys need some housing adjustments because an orphanage and a crowded group home, like shelter, that's not smelling very good stuff, especially for a religious town.
No. But what do you say we try using a regular settlement generator on the internet and see how that one comes out?
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
So this first one, a classic name to anybody who has played D&D for more than an hour.
Yes.
Don John.
Totally familiar.
Sorry. To anybody who has DM'd in a hurry.
Ah, that's better.
For those of us who panic, they have this fantasy generator for small towns and stuff. So for right here, you can choose, like, here's a name, start generating new, it gives you a random name, town size, you pick the environment, whichever race you want to have. All right, that's a little racist, Don John. Can't we have anything other than human, dwarf, and elf?
I don't know, man. All
right, well then there's also the normalize button, which I don't really know what it does. Defends whether or not it's on a coast, has a river involved, walled, culture.
Barbaric.
Babylonian. Let's go default. And with that, let's say, small town?
Hamlet. What's a thwarp?
I hit mad.
It's so little.
Let's go with a small village.
On the coast, yeah.
On the coast.
Well, not a coast, but there's a river.
Oh, on the coast? We want on the coast. Let's say it's in a forest on the coast. Ran by elves. They don't have walls. And, you know, I don't like Connie here, so let's make a new one. That one's got a weird little squiggle. I don't like that. Boom. And then, as we scroll down, gives us their approximate population. Ricardo is governed by a noble aristocrat, the Elf Lord Dulinar.
Oh, gives us a name. Ooh.
Notable places. It has a woodwork. And some notable NPCs.
Nice. Notable places. Shops run by people. And NPCs. I like this. This gives me so much more. But there's no plague.
Now, you know what I'm noticing? You can actually combine these.
Oh, you could.
There's nothing here that outright contradicts what we just got from the book.
No, other than the buildings. There's no orphanage over here.
Well, that's just one notable place. Look how many buildings there are.
Very true.
So that's one notable, and we add it up with our definitely on-screen words. I think that's a cool combination. I hadn't thought of that going in. But let's check out a couple more. Maybe somebody else done it better.
Okay. Who can do it better than Don John?
This is Kassoon.com.
Kassoon.
It's just got any size, which we're going to go with a village again. We'll go random races.
Okay.
And we don't want to use a seed. Go. Okay.
16 acres. Ooh, we get mathematical here.
We get in sizes. It's given us a population of 527. Gives us demographics. It's a dragonborn town. Almost no humans here. Extra details? What's extra details? Oh, hey, hello.
Oh, there's lakes that are named? There are lakes that are named? There's a horde of scarecrows.
What? There's a horde near road ambushing treants. Okay. Hold on. All right, let's go back to the town first. We'll get back to that.
Okay.
What is village map? Nearby points of interest, detailed demographics. Can I click? Oh, okay. They're all farmers and children.
Mostly farmers and children.
A couple people in the clergy. Okay. Has outlawed worship of traditional gods and known for having exotic spices and its quarries. The ruler, this guy, is fair and just, respected by the populace. Okay, defense. It's surrounded by no walls. 3 trained warriors is the defense, and a militia of 43. Yikes.
I like
sheriff. Okay, organizations. Sons of the Night Horde, Cult of the Iron Academy, neighborhood crews. Okay. Gives us a tavern, a blacksmith, general store, who runs it, location, description, specials, the church, and a couple of small cottages. For the campaign generator that we saw earlier, it gives... Oh, okay, so this is not necessarily... Okay, this is a different generator. This is a different generator that they just have linked.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, man, how much do you need for this tiny little village? But that's still cool.
That is still cool. I like the scarecrows.
But it does have a little medieval map generator kind of linked. Oh.
You just had a map.
Wait a second. So it has a little map generator, and if I click on this little building, it pulls up a map for the building.
I love that.
That's super handy.
I love that.
And also has interesting location generator.
I love this.
No, this is very cool. This is very cool.
It doesn't give us anything to go by. I mean, it gives us plenty of things, but no, like, conflict of the town. Like, it gives you...
Yeah. It gives you, again, it gives you a lot of stuff to fill the village with, and the DMG seems to be more about, like, setting the scene, you know?
Yes. Which
is helpful.
Oh, yeah, you could totally use, again, both, where you're using Kassoon here to make the town, and then you just kind of roll on that generator to figure out what that conflict is. Like, what is happening in this town? Yeah, no, I like it. I really like this little map generator, too. Maybe we'll have to do maybe we'll have to do some more map generator videos in the future. But, yes. This is pretty cool. I definitely like this. Okay. And what's the last one we're trying?
My classic, my good old friend Mythweavers has a town generator.
Yes.
So we're gonna make a village. Any military. Let's go with a borderland setting. Alignment, any. Economy, any. Let's just see. What does it do?
Okay.
Okay, so it gives us a village, the population.
How much gold that they have is 107 gold between everybody.
That's sad.
It's very sad. It's a very poor.
No. I think the limit is how much they can. Well, because what's wealth?
I don't know. The harvest hasn't come in yet.
The authority. Okay, so the authority class is a fighter, level 1 constable, 7 full-time guards, and 38 conscriptable men. And then it gives you the names, levels, and classes. Or it doesn't give names, it just gives classes and levels. Show the character. Okay, well, okay. So you can click this to, like, get the names. It's like, here are all the warriors. Well...
Not as cool as the other one.
No. I like that it gives you some names. But, if I've already got some tabs open, I can just hit a random name generator.
You're right. This also gives you some individual stat blocks, though.
Yeah, but the problem is those stat blocks say Fortitude, Reflex, and Will, so I don't think this is a 5th edition.
Uh-oh. Mythweavers.
Not 5th edition. I don't know. 5th edition's only been out for 7 years. Mythweaver, my boy.
You're a little outdated.
A little bit. Okay, so what do we think of the way Wizards of the Coast intended?
I think it's cool for setting the scene. However, party 99% of the time is just walking into this town looking for a shop or a place to sleep, because you could use it to try to generate some towns that you actually intend to have your players go to, but normally the towns that you want your players to go to are pre-planned and fleshed out enough that you're going to not want to rely on this chart.
That is quite literally what I was thinking, because the problem is, I have these. I know what I want to do when you guys go to a town. The intent of the town is whatever I have planned. I don't need to decide, oh, the racial majority are conquerors. I know that. I already got that. What I don't know, where are the buildings? What does the map look like? Give me some names of some dudes. Admittedly, the Tavern name generator is probably the most useful thing here for me.
Yes. So I could see this for someone starting out and building their own world. Like,
yeah,
if you're doing a one-shot, you can name a couple of towns, but if you're wanting to actually build a continent...
I tried. That's hard.
You did try, and you've been working on it for a while now, just adding in towns as your players are exploring and heading north, south, east, and west. Like,
yeah. I think another use of this is if you're in a city and your party does just say, what building is on my left? Oh, I didn't plan that. Unless you are right near a building I did plan. I can just say, roll 2d20 for me. Tell me the numbers, and then boom, I have a building for you.
Yeah?
That's kind of cool.
That would be cool if you didn't have exactly...
Well, you can't plan every building. It's just not in the scope.
I mean, you can't. No, you're right. But I know some of your towns have been fairly fleshed out. Like,
True.
I think Galveston was one of your more fleshed out towns. You had
we got pretty far on that one.
The 3 rings of society.
Yeah.
Kind of like the walls of Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, you know. Don't call me out on my references.
I mean, it was built different, but it was the same general idea of nobility is over here and the outskirts were the lower income.
It's a pretty classic.
It wasn't, barred to keep people from traveling through. It was just the layout. That's fairly general.
Yeah, no, this helps you set up, like, the tone of a town. But that's generally not what I think a lot of DMs need help with. If you do need help with that, this seems to be a wonderful way of doing it. Better than any of those generators, because...
Oh, yeah.
Like, the generators just tell you who's running it.
Yeah, who's running it and who's there.
And
but this is telling us more of how it feels, not how it looks.
Yeah. Which...
Locusts.
From what we can tell, no generator online seems to quite have that.
Yeah.
At least not in my 30 seconds of Googling. Yeah, no. So, I mean, it fills a niche. It's not a niche I'm looking for. And I'll be honest, I'm guessing the reason those generators don't is because it's not a very popular niche. But it's still cool.
It is cool. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a niche. I'd like it if... It's really cool for that niche that I want, but fortunately I don't crave that niche often.
Same.
But I think that's all we got for you today.
Until next time.
This is Sam.
And this is Ham.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.